Hello and welcome to your end of the week tarot reading. I've pre-shuffled the decks and let's start with this deck for today. We'll do a mind, body, soul reading. Thank you, Spirit. What is on our collective mind for today, for March 14th, 2025, following this full moon eclipse? On our minds, we have Four of Fire, Four of Wands, and Nine of Cups, Nine of Sea. Very nice cards, both of these, actually. The Nine of Cups, it's one of my favorite cards. It's contentment, dreams come true, really living emotionally in the space of all those things that make you feel good. This little kitty's dreaming about all of the wonderful things, and by kind of visualizing it in our subconscious, it's helping us to bring them and magnetize them into our lives. And then this is kind of like, well, then what's the next step? The Four of Fire. This is about solid foundations around our passions, our inner light, and it's very much a call for celebrating. So noticing the things that you love, the things that you have around you, the abundance that is around you, and celebrating it so that you can expand. Fours are stable grounds to expand upon, and this nine is like a sanctuary within our hearts here. So we will clarify these, but our minds are in a really lovely place, like opening up to our good emotionally. Our subconscious is like cleansed with an understanding that there are a lot of things to appreciate, or we can focus on what we have or know that it's coming to us. And then this is being surrounded by wonderful relationships and people who want to celebrate us, or parts of ourselves or spirit guides that also want to celebrate us. Okay, and body. What's our message from our body today? Thank you, Spirit. What does our body want us to know today? The Fool. This is wonderful. Fresh new starts, innocence, being willing to stop and smell the flowers, not needing to know all of the answers, especially with our body. This is body appreciation, having a new outlook on ourselves, appreciating our bodies, appreciating all that they do for us, what miracles they are, this fresh start, this 0 point energy of allowing ourselves to focus on our natural innocence and intuition that's going to guide us. There's just this path laid out before us, and when we're enjoying everything around us, like all of these wonderful, beautiful flowers, especially in the springtime that's coming up, then we are naturally guided along our path, and there's no reason to rush or to rush our bodies, our health, our wealth, things coming in. This is very much celebrate where you're at and enjoy what's around you right now. And then our souls. What's the message from our souls today? Thank you, Spirit. This card's kind of turned. Six of Fire, Six of Wands, more celebration energy, like definitely feeling called to celebrate yourself. See how far you've come on the journey. The Six of Wands represents going all the way through the wands, the passion journey, and coming back around with all this wisdom and realizing like, oh, I don't have to fight. Like in the Five of Wands, I don't have to be indecisive or impatient about my good coming to me. Like I have a lot of wisdom, and balanced with the Fool is like, I don't need to know it all, and there's wisdom in that. I can magnetize it towards me, and there's wisdom in that. I can visualize what I want, feel like I've already got it, enjoy where I'm at right now, and know that even more is coming, that I'm worthy of celebration, and that I'm worthy of adoration, really, from others. Like there's some kind of wisdom that I have, and our souls are telling us to celebrate that. And then Two of Cups, wonderful. This is a relationship based on spirit. So like a new relationship with ourselves, maybe with our soul, with our spirit guides, with the world, realizing that we are stronger than we know, that we have faced all of these things come around, and that there is beauty and love out there for us to have. In fact, there's way more of it out there. There's a whole galaxy of beautiful, wonderful things that can come to us. And this is like our cup can overflow. We can meet new people, new friends. But this is also just within ourselves. We can trust our inner guides. We can trust our soul is there for us. That whoever's coming and telling us nice things, we can trust them. We can believe them. Those that want to support and celebrate us. And I'm just going to clarify these with this deck here. Pre-shuffled as well. So let's clarify our message from our mind. This 4 of Wands and 9 of Cups. Thank you, Spirit, for clarifying. What does our mind want us to know? What is on our mind for this week? What is our message? Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords has a couple of different meanings. With the White Crow, this is purity of mind, like being out of a cloudiness, and she can get very deceived or deceptive. It can be the subtle part of our brain that cuts us down. And we can be kind of elevating our feminine out of that. And especially clarifying these two right here on our mind, it's looking like we're getting out of this sort of subtle undercutting of like, oh, sure, you may have done a good job with that plant growing, but remember all the other plants you killed in the past or something like that. Like, oh, sure, yeah, these people may want to come celebrate, but you remember the people that backstabbed you in the past. Like, she'll make it seem sometimes like she's helping and complimenting, and it's actually kind of like one of those backhanded compliments. And so this is kind of overcoming that, like a clarity of mind. She also represents like getting clear. This is a balance between our intellect and past experiences and really wishful thinking, which is actually really good. Like the more that we can see and feel what we want to come to us, the more we get it. And so there's magic and magnetism in this, and she wants to see the proof sort of before she gets it. So this is a reminder of we have to feel it before we really manifest it. And sometimes our intellect isn't so great at allowing us to feel the magic before we see it. And that's how magic works. You have to feel it, believe you're worthy of it, celebrate it, welcome it in before you can see it. So this is a reminder from our minds that like, don't intellectualize too much and don't let it be subtle. These are like backhanded compliments we give ourselves of like, oh, sure, I tried for that, but no, it's not going to work. Like, yes, it will. Like, rest in the knowing. Celebrate the light that you've manifested around you already. Celebrate the light that's growing inside of you, and don't worry about needing to see it yet. There's unknown mystery that, and magic and magnetism drawing us in. Our brains kind of want to know how it's going to come, and the how is not for us. It's not. That's for spirit. There's the how. It's this mysterious, beautiful, magical creature that's going to bring it, that brings us clarity. We can't just keep focusing on the sharpness of our mind. Sometimes we have to open up to our dreams, our wishes, and good feelings, like the Fool. And then let's clarify message from our body. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. 2 cards. You'll notice I flip all the cards. That's the way I like to read. 6 of Cups and Knight of Swords. Okay, again, another sword. So this can be nostalgia on the past, causing us to rush into something in the future. moving very quickly, trying to get our head out of the clouds again. And this white, again, looking for this purity of thought. This is remembering what brought us joy as children, and especially with the Fool here, not needing like to know, oh, okay, I've got to go do this. Like, oh, I wanted to be a pilot, so I better go like get my pilot's license. It's like you don't necessarily have to rush off on every idea, but more stay in the space, the innocence of like feeling good. That's our cups here, of like what made us feel good and what can we appreciate right now that we loved as children, that we've already manifested in our lives. Do we need to rush off? Or this can also be unwanted advice coming in, or help coming in, like, oh yeah, remember you wanted this things? Here, I'll come help you with this in a realistic way. Let's plan it out. And sometimes we just need to be the Fool, we need to let spirit guide us, not others who maybe have good intentions, but are again getting stuck in their intellect and not realizing that the magic comes from this magnetism. The 6 represents our solar light. So like very much the magic of the sun shining down on us. It grows the plants without us needing to micromanage or intellectualize how the plants are growing constantly. And so I feel like both of these were, especially with this full moon, letting go of this over intellectualizing, or maybe sharing some of the things that we really dream of and love, and then we tell someone, or like, well, how are you going to do that, or so how's that going to work out, or what's your steps for that? And it's a reminder to kind of get out of that space, like let yourself be in the unknown, in the 0 point, and that's when miracles happen. And it's just, again, magnetized, brought to us, because we're in our innocence, we're in our joy. We're in the subconscious space that's clearing out old harshness, rushing, or overthinking. Or honestly, just bad advice, sometimes with good intentions. And finally, let's clarify our message from our spirit over here. The 6, again, another solar light reminder that, the sun shines upon us, whether we know how it works or not. And the 2 of C, like beautiful things, beautiful relationships based on the divine. Thank you, Spirit, for clarifying our soul's message for today. Thank you for clarifying the 6 of fire and 2 of C. Okay. Our clarifying message. The Fool again. Wow. Okay. So a double reminder that we don't need to know how it's all working out. Kind of like take the jump and spirit will show you have wings. Lots of white animals guiding us, kind of reminding us that there is a purity to life. And sometimes when we overthink things, we forget the wonderful guidance that comes from trusting in the purity within ourselves, then the innocence within ourselves. So the Fool with this is like, sure, you've been around the block. It may seem foolish to some, but you know that you have support. You know that you've got gifts to share. You have been like around the block. You've dealt with this Queen of Swords and this Knight of Swords, and you're willing to release, or you're on the cusp of being willing to release the need to know how it's going to work out, or the need to explain it all to everyone else, and instead just jump into that unknown, jump into the magic. I mean, none of us really know like what energy is, what moves the planets, right? And so this is a willingness to let go of past hurts, or past micromanaging, and celebrate the journey, the light, the dreams, the wisdom that you've gathered, the relationships that you've gathered along the way, and kind of start over. Like if you have to drop it all, let it go, just sniff the flowers, just leap into the unknown and enjoy. What can you do to just enjoy the day for now, and get in tune with what continues to feed you and nourish you and bring you that joy. So thank you so much. This is your reading for today, the end of the week, and I will see you next week.